Alright, so this video is going to serve as a review for the first part of this class period, which evidently had some sort of video error. Anyway, I did get the last approximately hour and a half, which I was able to determine to be, here's we're talking about a lot of empirical rule stuff, a lot of good background there on the empirical rule stuff and the z-scored stuff. So probably what I will do, I'll put this up. I don't know what that is, man. But let me just start with this one, this part right here, which is actually, so let's look back at our data. There we are. So this first part's pretty easy to do. Leave it. All right. So like all you're doing is putting the rate of injuries into a ratio 165.842 over 115.00123, and there's our rate. That's would be the rate, and then to get the percentage, well, not the percentage, we want to get it per thousand, so you just multiply by 1,000. So that would do what we're talking about there. Let me check the status of the video I'm making here. It should have been done. So I got that video up. All right. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause momentarily. While I look back. What's wrong with this, man? I think there's something on the end of it. Reference this example right here. See, this is a different example. You can work this one and try to get the right number. But here's another example. Notice they're totaling up. And I'm going to put these all together. And that should be a good one for the first half of July 6th. Okay, creating. See what we got. I'm going to go ahead and end it there. All right, so I'm going to roll up these videos, okay, for the algorithms. Also, refer back to the notes where we identified some key vocabulary, key problem numbers, bringing up the topic of outliers, the IQR, right, left, skewed, reviewed, location of the mean, left or right, skewed, right. The mean is going to be pulled in the direction of the skew. We talk about the range, talking about bringing it all together, bimodal, key terms, bimodal, multimodal. Then we go into the video creation in progress. We're going to look at this stuff. Cloud recordings, always look there. Remind start when class begins. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is go back through what we had before about making StatCrunch videos. let's start with this one right here. Well, let's go back. There should have been something else earlier down here. Frequency tables. Summary stats. Let's start right there. This is going to be the basis for a lot of what we do here. I think this is complete summary stats by column.
In this video, you will learn to create
summary. There she goes. Let's fast forward. Notice where she goes here. She went to stat. She went to summary stats. And this is a column, right? So she choose column. Notice the variable exam 2. She identifies that. She's going to choose what she wants, summary stats. I usually check those, but looks like she's got the 5 number summary here. Got the range. We didn't calculate IQR. I would have went ahead and did that. But anyway, you get the idea on that one right there. That is creating summary stats. Now let's go down back where we were at before. Frequency tables, summary stats. And then that's how you would do it by rows. Also, these are links on instructions, right? Links on to instructions, right? Using our Google resources that we have here. Now let's go on to the next video that we have, which is going to be bar plots. That's all good to know, but what we need to start getting into are frequency tables here, as we'll see how this is going to be created using StatCrunch to create frequency
tables. In this
video,
you will learn to create frequency tables using StatCrunch.
So remember, a frequency is counting up. So we've got B's, we've got D's, we've got A's, we've got C's. There you see counting up the A's, and then how frequency, how often it occurs out of all the other ones, right? I guess she must have only did, so let's see if this does a roll up on the other variables. But anyway, you can see it's counting in that way. We'll use frequency tables as well, but that's a good thing you definitely want to know how to do as a good basis. Summary stats, histograms. Just definitely want to be sure to know how to use histograms. Using StatCrunch.
In this video, you will learn to create histograms using StatCrunch.
So let's see what she does. Notice she's got her data. She chooses her column, exam 2. Then she's got her histogram. There's other things you can add in here. I like to add, I think you can add over here the median and the mean. This looks a little different than what I saw. Anyway, we'll take a look at that. But anyway, that will create your histograms. Let's see what else she does. She changes the bin widths, and then she does a normal graph overlay. So based on that, you can tell that it appears to be skewed left. But be sure to use what you have going on there. Value above bar. Anyway, okay, I like this. I like having the relative frequency or the frequency on the top of those. I like the way that looks. Oh, see that distribution, put a normal distribution over that. We could have made like a mean and standard deviation situation here, but we've got that. We're good to go on that. Let's go back over here. Back into here. Histograms. box plot. There's a box plot right here. We'll open that one up. Creating stem and leaf plots.
In this video, you will learn to create stem and leaf plots in StatCrunch. The dataset I'll be using is called...
So anyway, I don't know if I had that mislabeled. Here we go. Notice there's a stem and leaf. So notice she goes to graph, goes down to stem and leaf, chooses the variables, right? And then we have a stem and leaf. Let's continue on. I think, let's see, where do we go? Maybe she's just going to keep doing more stem and leaves. Anyway, those are stem and leaves. You can see, got some outliers here. Bulk of the data over here. Possibly outliers over here. Let's go back. That was a stem and leaf. Did I not capture the box plot? There's a dot plot. Let's watch that real quick. Dot plot, same deal.
In this video, you will learn to create dot plots using StatCrunch.
Let's watch what she does. Looks like she went to graph. Scroll down to dot plot. Shows exam 2, the variable. There's our dot plot, right? Let's see if she's going to be able to get it formatted, look a little bit better. I don't know. But anyway, we do have the dot plot. And okay, she scaled that down. Plot groups. I like this. Point size. So that's the size of the little dots. Notice she brings them up to 5, computes it, and we got a better looking dot plot there, larger dots there. So anyway, we've got that. Histograms, dot plots, stem and leaf, summary graphics. Box plots, stem and leaf. So maybe I did the stem and leaf. Hopefully this is going to be a box plot. Now I got to find the box plot. Let's go in here. The way that you can retrieve these media files is going on down here to your Pearson. Just so you know, go to your Pearson. So like these are your student links. Let's see. There we go. And if you're ever looking for any media, look for the video resource library, StatCrunch videos. And here we go. I'm looking for a box plot. There it is. Let's open it up. We will copy the link. We'll go back into this announcement. And I gotta change the box plot to 17. There we go. So let's update that. Right there. Let's test. Hopefully we have it now. There we go.
In this video, you will learn to create box plots using StatCrunch. The dataset I will be using in this video is called Asking Price.
All right, so we're going to use a box plot. I think she's going to go to graphs. Yes, graphs down to box plots. What she's going to do, she's going to do the square footage plot groups for each column. So let's go back and see what she did. So did she add one for square foot and price? Oh, location. So let's see how she separated that. Let's see how she separated it. Okay, so group by location. So she's going to group them by location. See what else settings here. So yeah, the Bryan, Texas, and the College Station. we're doing a location. There's your box plots. Notice those are vertical. Let's see what additions she adds. Looks like she identified the outliers with the dot. Let's go back and look at that. Let's look at that. Identifying the outlier. So there we are. Square foot. Oh, there we go. Use fences to identify outliers. And then you can also choose to draw the box horizontally, which I prefer. It shows a skewed left or skewed right situation. So let's see what she adds. She uses fences. And then see now an outlier has popped up. So evidently there's no outliers over here. And she got the outlier. Oh, she did something. This is new. This is new. And then that shows you where your outlier is. It's 5,000, almost 5,000 square feet. So let's go back through. See what else she's going to do here. Wants to edit. So you're going to edit this image. She's going to put draw box. There it is. That's my favorite. Draw the boxes horizontally, and there we are. That's the way I like it right there. Group by location. Identified the outlier using StatCrunch. And there we go. There we go. I think that brings us up to speed. Now let me try to piece these together. I think I've got one video on the first half of the July 6th class, which was mainly about the this assignment using StatCrunch. Hitting these targets for week 2 out of chapter 3. And more StatCrunch stuff. These are the StatCrunches you want to learn, okay? And that's it. So that should summarize the 7-6 class period in that announcement. Notice I did make an adjustment by putting in the box plot link. I had to correct that somewhere. It was like a difference between 16 and 17 on the videos. There it is. Stem and leaf is 16 box plots. Now the 17th video. All right, and then she did group it by column. So we'll go with that one there. And that's the correct video. Be sure to note that change for box plots. All right. So next, what I'm going to do is use those slides and build into something on probability. That's the next step, but right now we have this video, and I'm going to book it and edit it and upload it as soon as possible.